Hi there, thanks for joining me on this masterclass. Today's masterclass is entitled How to Maximize Ad Revenue from Your YouTube Channel. And the objective of this session is to help you work smarter, not harder. My plans or my intentions for you to study from this course are as following. Watch the course all the way through, the presentation, and then when you watch it the second time through, pause the course, pause the presentation, and follow up the action steps and apply them to your YouTube channel. That way you will embed the learning that I'm sharing with you in this session. It's very important that you take action immediately rather than just leave it to some point in the future. Okay, without more of an introduction, let's get started. How to maximize ad revenue from your YouTube channel. Work smarter, not harder. My name is Mike Pitt. I'm the founder of Marketing Fundamentals Ltd, a B2B content marketing agency in London, United Kingdom. My YouTube channel is here, and that's visually represented like this. So this is my YouTube channel. We're going to talk about some of these elements of the channel banner as we go and progress through the presentation. And it's / Mike Pitt. When you reach the, I think it's a level of 100 subscribers, you're able to get a more personalized URL for your YouTube channel. So my YouTube channel is / Mike Pitt. Some background on YouTube. There are over 2 billion logged in users each month. 70% of watch time comes from mobile devices. Every day, people watch over 1 billion hours of video and generate billions of views. There are over 31 million YouTube channels. Less than 5% make any AdSense revenue from their channels. The number of channels earning 6 figures per year, that's $100,000 US dollars, on YouTube grew more than 40% year on year during 2019. The areas to be covered in today's session: what YouTube wants from your channel, YouTube channel branding, thumbnails and titles, video duration recommendation, click-through rate and average view duration, how to use playlists for more watch time, YouTube optimization tool, making your videos searchable with SEO, how to use a description box for SEO, ad placement, publish checklist and next steps. Okay, first section, what YouTube wants from your channel. YouTube makes money predominantly from the ads that appear before, during, and after videos on monetized channels. Monetized channels are those channels that have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Those are channels that are invited into the YouTube Partner Program. There's also the YouTube Premium service, which is a service where you pay $10 per month, US dollars, and then you can watch all your YouTube videos that you require without ads. But most of the money comes from the ads on the monetized channels. YouTube splits the money it makes with creators, 45% to YouTube and 55% to the channel owners. As a channel owner, YouTube wants to keep your viewers on YouTube as long as possible, because then they'll watch more ads and make more money for YouTube and more money for the channel creators. YouTube channel branding. I'm going to demonstrate visually some good examples and bad examples of channel branding and also thumbnails and titles. So let's start first of all with YouTube channel branding. Okay, here's an unbranded channel. We can assume from the name, it's called New Zealand Geek, that it's related to New Zealand. This must be a landscape from New Zealand. And we can assume that the videos that they would upload will be technology based. That's kind of all we can assume because the thumbnails aren't very clear. There's not a lot of description here. There's no added text on the visual. Technically, this could be a visual from many countries. Not just New Zealand. So that's not very clearly branded. So let's have a look at a channel that's better branded. Here's my channel. You can see clearly who the channel owner is. So this is something that you must do on your channel if you haven't done that already. And importantly, you can see the channel's value proposition. What do I mean by that? What kind of content is being offered by this channel? It's quite clear. Level up your B2B content marketing business and life. So that's why people would come back to the channel to watch videos and learn more about B2B content marketing. I'm going to move myself down here for a moment. So there are links to website and socials. You can see those here. So there's a link to a PDF download from my website, marketingfundamentals.com. Also connection link to my LinkedIn page, my Twitter page and my Instagram page. So the fact that this YouTube channel is not operating on its own or in a vacuum, as you might say, it's linked to other aspects of my business, and that's clearly communicated. Another important distinction or piece of information that I've included here is the upload schedule. So it's very clear that I upload on Tuesdays and Fridays. That means that anybody that finds the channel on any day of the week will know if I come back on Tuesday or Friday, there's going to be a new video here for me to watch. That's important. So those are key aspects of branding your channel. But the branding goes beyond just the header. Also, if you click on the About section, you come to a description. Let's have a look at the next slide. So in the description, I've written here, content marketing and social media advice for B2B business people from Mike Pitt. Welcome. I help B2B business leaders with content strategy, content creation, and social media management, UK and international. The channel for you is if you want to know the latest strategies to boost engagement and lead generation for your business on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Twitter. So there, I've made it very clear who I'm targeting. Those people will, if they do their due diligence on the channel, will have a look at the description and will understand, yes, this is a channel for me. Or if people are looking for entertainment or prank videos or comedy, they know this guy is not the guy for that. So it's very clear that with the banner and the description, you need to identify the kind of content you're going to make and also who this would be useful to. This is important for prospective viewers, but it's also important for the YouTube algorithm, which picks up on the text and then starts to suggest and promote your videos accordingly to the relevant audiences. Further down the description, you can see that I've included links, and these are the actual links again to my LinkedIn page, Instagram page, Udemy courses, Amazon audiobook and book, Twitter, my Africa Means Business LinkedIn course, Learn Money, which is a make money online website, and the ability to donate to the channel. Sometimes people think, oh, I've got so much value out of a particular video that they would like to send me some money. Obviously, I will accept that. Okay, let's have a look at the next aspect. Thumbnails and titles. So once again, here are some examples of bad thumbnails. So over here we've got quite a bad thumbnail because it says India's first electric car startup. There's a graduated background, so it's black down to grey and white, and then you've got a drop shadow on the text. So this is a bit messy. It could be, I'm not saying the video is bad, I've not watched the video, but this could be a lot clearer what they're representing. It's about India's first electric car startup. That's not a great thumbnail. You have to do a bit of work to try and work out what that is and whether you'd like to watch it. This guy here is demonstrating something. You've got the whiteboard here, very clear, but we don't know what's on the whiteboard. I don't recognize this guy, so that's not the clearest. It could be a lot clearer in terms of the communication visually. Same could be said for this guy down here. He's also demonstrating something, but we don't really know what he's demonstrating. Is that enough to make me click? Not if I don't know the channel and I'm already familiar with the content. Let's move myself up here. Let's go up here. Okay, here we've got Samsung, some old cell phones it looks like, but why should we watch this video? It's not immediately clear. And then history of Samsung startups. I don't know if that's clickable. Maybe they could improve the visual image here, maybe have a clearer focus. So those are some bad thumbnails. Now let's look at some good thumbnails. Here's some examples of good thumbnails. There's a channel called SlideBean and they make presentation software. This is the CEO or managing director of SlideBean, and you can see with their thumbnails, they're very clear, bold use of color, clear, startup funding 101, small business tech startup. Those are the two areas of content they make. So about helping small businesses or looking at tech startups. Pitch deck, how to create a pitch document for angel investors or venture capital, seed funding for startups. All of these are very clear thumbnails. When you're scrolling on your mobile phone, because a lot of people, as I said, 70% of watch time comes from mobile phones, you will see these thumbnails and you know, oh, okay, I have an understanding of this is relating to business and entrepreneurship. So that's very good. And I'm interested in that and I'll click. Or if you're not interested, obviously you won't click. Here's a story, another one from SlideBean. Looks like the story of a startup that was at one stage or valued at, looks like $400 million. but what happened to it? It's gone from 400 million to zero. So that might be an interesting, if you're interested in entrepreneurship and business, you might click on those. So those are some good examples of thumbnails. Okay. Titles now. Let's move on. Titles take the same sort of approach. Here are some bad titles and some good titles. So I've highlighted this as a bad title because 2020 highlights is too vague. Can we be more specific? I don't know what I'm going to see from that. It doesn't help the fact that it hasn't got a great thumbnail either. So that's a bad title. This one, watch Africa's most notable news that happened in 2020. I can see the face mask, so I know obviously COVID-19 will be mentioned, but that's not a great thumbnail. And then this one, let's go, probably the worst that I've highlighted here. Let's go Crazy Dave versus Cat Part 2. So if this is a vlog channel and you already know who Crazy Dave is, you might be wanting to click. But if you're brand new to the channel, this thumbnail arrangement visually is not going to make you click. So those are some. When you're looking at your channels, you need to create a promise in your the connection between your thumbnail and your title. So the title needs to promise some information. I often use questions. How can you improve your LinkedIn profile? How can you improve your lead generation on LinkedIn, etc.? And then in the actual video, I answer that question. And also with the thumbnail, I'll give some visual clues. So I might have a LinkedIn logo so that people have an understanding of what they're likely to see and they have realistic expectations from the video. Here's some examples of good titles. If you're interested in the NBA, this guy is Zion Williamson, and you might be interested in NBA just as a sports fan, but you might be interested in the lifestyles of the rich and famous. And this is a 20 million mansion. This title, most expensive mansions of NBA players. So a lot of people who are interested in real estate and interested in the NBA might watch that video. People who buy houses with the express intention of building them up, renovating them, improving them, and then selling them are often called house flippers, particularly in the US and the UK. If they're called that, they'll be interested in federal grants. So the government will give you money if you do that process, if you complete that process in rundown areas. There's an opportunity for the government to give you a grant to do that, to help you improve your profits, because you're renovating rundown areas that they would like to see renovated and improved, and the environment's improved, etc. So if you're in the real estate or property development sector, you would be interested in this. Two more, what your home says about you, very clear. So that's a nice clear title. And if you're interested in real estate and property development and just improving your home, then you'll click on that. CNBC in the US has a series where they look at personal finance and people's level of expenditure related to their income. This one is living on $280,000 a year in Fort Worth, Texas. So you might want to click on that because you're interested in personal finance, how people save, invest, and plan for the future. So those are some good titles. Okay, so we've looked at channel branding, we looked at thumbnails and titles. Now we're going to look at video duration recommendation. Longer videos that keep viewers on YouTube for longer tend to earn more because of ad placement. I'm going to look at ad placement later on in this masterclass. Do not make videos shorter than 8 minutes. I used to say shorter than 10 minutes, but in July 2020, YouTube reduced the minimum video length for mid-roll ads to 8 minutes. This means ads can be placed within videos of 8 minutes duration. Before this change, it had been 10 minutes. Channel owners can now place ads before the video, during the video, and then after the video. And there's no limit to how many you can place during the video. You should also consider balance and the viewer experience, but we'll talk about that more as we go as we proceed with the presentation. Click-through rate and average view duration. We're going to talk about those two now. Click-through rate and average view duration. YouTube will give you data on what percentage of possible viewers click through to your video and watch. YouTube will also give you data on how long viewers watch your video on average view duration. These are two key metrics YouTube uses to assess how good your channel is. And when I say good in that context, I mean how desirable it is for YouTube to place ads on your channel. If people watch a lot of your videos for a long time, then they're more likely to see ads. Therefore, if they're watching ads, it's an opportunity for YouTube to make money and for the channel owners to make money. So that's why they track these two metrics in particular. I'm going to demonstrate these visually because that can be quite confusing. So let me demonstrate those visually using some examples from my channel. Here's one of my videos. It's a review of a business course called Course from Scratch. And this is the click-through rate. So the number of impressions, these are the number of people who were presented with this thumbnail and invited to click, obviously, was 40,000. And the number of people that actually did click and watch the video was over 8,000. This gives a click-through rate of 8.5%. Just to give you a few benchmarks for click-through rates, 1 to 2% is average, 2% to 4% is good, 5% to 10% is very good, 10% plus is amazing. So this is 8.5% click-through rate, which is a very good, one of my stronger videos, a very good click-through rate. Okay, next let's look at average view duration. Average view duration, let me give you some benchmarks. So the average view duration on this video is almost 7 minutes. 1 to 2 minutes is average, 2 to 4 minutes is good, 5 to 10 minutes is very good, a plus 10 minutes is amazing. So this is a 22-minute video, so that helps. And people watch 7 minutes of content from this video, which is good. 7 minutes means there's 7 minutes I can place ads within 7 minutes of content, safe in the knowledge that people will watch those ads and then obviously be advertised to, and that'll make money for YouTube, money for myself, and will continue to watch the video. You know, there's a balance, as I've hinted at a few moments ago. Don't put so many ads in that people get frustrated. Click off the ad and click off the video as well. So those are two key metrics that YouTube will use to assess your channels. Make sure that you're making videos that encourage people to watch as long as possible and making thumbnails that encourage people to click as much as possible. Next, let's look at how to use playlists for more watch time. How do you encourage viewers to watch more than one of your videos? I just gave an example of a video that people watch a lot of, but I don't really want them to just watch that video and then leave my channel and go and watch other people's videos. The answer to the question is by including the videos in playlists based on a theme or subject matter. Remember, YouTube wants you to keep your viewers on YouTube for as long as possible. So here's another example from my channel. Playlists. So I've created a playlist called LinkedIn Advice for B2B Businesses. So if somebody were to come and watch this video, why I stopped using LinkedIn Sales Navigator, YouTube would automatically suggest one other video from my playlist, and there are over 50 videos in the LinkedIn playlist because I've created this playlist. And that gives me a great chance of increasing the number of videos that people watch on my channel. So they might come and watch this video, and then YouTube will suggest another one. So you increase the watch time on your channel by creating playlists. You make it easier for people to find the kind of content they want. If I had a playlist dedicated to Instagram and people just wanted Instagram videos, then I could create a playlist for Instagram, and people could go straight to that, rather than having to go through all your uploads and then scroll backwards trying to find the videos that they want to watch. So if you haven't already created playlists on your homepage, then you should do that. After you've watched this presentation, go away and do that to make it easier for your viewers to find the content that they are particularly interested in. YouTube optimization tool. I use a Chrome extension called TubeBuddy to help with video SEO. This enables my videos to appear higher in search rankings. So when people are typing in a particular keyword or title or question or problem that they have, my videos rank highly because I'm using TubeBuddy, which helps me use the right keywords and then rank very strongly for those keywords. TubeBuddy is free to install, and I'll send the links to anybody either in the discussion section or via email. This is my link. So some of the data you're going to see on the next few slides is given to me, or I have access to that because of TubeBuddy. Okay, making your videos searchable with SEO. Right, let me just move myself. So here we are. Search potential title to determine searchability before making video. TubeBuddy allows you to search a potential title before you make the video. This is crucial. So this means you can avoid making videos that nobody's interested in. Everybody wants views on their videos, so it's important that we know how to find out whether we're going to get views. So here's a title of a video I've actually made. So how to use Telegram for new business part 1. Before I made the video, I searched on TubeBuddy, you can see here, and TubeBuddy has said, hey, this is excellent, an excellent topic. The search volume is good. Competition, there is some competition, but it's good. Overall, 90 out of 100, which is very good. So I should make this video. And TubeBuddy has also started to identify, you can see here, TubeBuddy has identified the key tags that I need to include with my video when I upload it to YouTube to rank strongly for this keyword. So Telegram is one, how to use Telegram is another one. So there's a percentage of top videos that have used these tags, and it identifies them. So that's brilliant. How do you use this information? You then start to add those tags to your video when you've created it. I should also say, you need to make a good video. If it's a bad video, all the tags in the world will not give you great views, great watch time or anything. It needs to be a good video and needs to live up to the promise that you've made with the title. Okay, so I went through that process. I used the right tags. Here's some more tags you can see. And I created the videos. And this was actually, we call this a long tail keyword. If it was just the word Telegram, that's a short keyword. But a long tail keyword is more specific about the subject matter. So how to use Telegram for new business. I create videos that are interesting to and useful to people of a B2B business focus. So I've made that more specific, not just talking about Telegram generally. I've said how to use Telegram for new business. And I made the video over a year ago. That's quite popular. I made a follow-up video as well. How to use Telegram for new business part 2, and I got some good comments on those. And then more recently, I made a video what will change on Telegram in 2021, which is this year. And I've done that because there have been some changes on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp has announced changes to their privacy terms and conditions, which has meant that people can now see that WhatsApp uses the data that people put in their private messages and uses that to target them with advertising on Instagram and Facebook. Now that people realize that, they're looking for alternatives to WhatsApp. Telegram is the prime mover of that and now has 500 million users on Telegram. I think it grew 100 million in just January 2021 alone. There's also Signal. So that's why the whole subject matter of Telegram is very important and very interesting to people. So I used the tags that TubeBuddy identified, and I made good videos answering the questions that I've posed in the titles, and I've ranked very strongly in Google. You can see obviously I'm logged in. But even if I'm not logged in, if I open an incognito window, I still rank strongly for those keywords. Next area, how to use the description box for SEO. So you saw there TubeBuddy identified, the key tags that I added for my videos. Let's now look at the description box. Okay, here we are. So those are the tags applied for another video. This is why I stopped using LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Those are the tags applied. And then this is the description that appears under the video, all this area. And there's more. When I'm going to scroll down, you'll see there's more down there. So I've included other links to videos that are related to the video that you've just watched. So how to increase LinkedIn company page followers, and then how to approach leads the right way on LinkedIn, why stop, and then is it too late to start YouTube? So all of this is giving potential viewers and the YouTube algorithm more data on what sort of video this is and what are related videos and how they should promote and suggest my video. It's very important that you understand that a large proportion of views for any video will come from YouTube search and suggested. You must make searchable content. That's the content that people are looking for answers to their problems, and then they find your video. So if somebody was thinking about how, is the LinkedIn Sales Navigator good or bad, or are there any problems with it, they might find my video, why I stopped using LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So it's searchable content. Watch the video, and then after that, I want to encourage them to watch other videos. So in the description box, I use all of that to help them decide to watch another video. So let's have a look at the next slide, which is for information that's further down. Let's go down. Okay, so more information here. So there's a LinkedIn playlist. I mentioned that in the playlist section. I'm encouraging people to have a look at that. There's also another playlist, your content and social media questions answered, and then recent LinkedIn videos, because I know they're watching a LinkedIn video or they've just watched a LinkedIn video, and then my links to socials down here. So all of this information is in my description and helps both the YouTube algorithm and potential viewers. And then finally, this is the last part of the description. I've included a paragraph explaining what this video is. In this video, Mike Pitt explains why he stopped using LinkedIn Sales Navigator. He also explains how it compares to a content-led inbound approach. And then this video will be of interest to business owners, B2B marketing managers, content marketing professionals. So I've identified the audience again. That's great for the algorithm, great for viewers. So you can see, don't miss the opportunity of putting all this additional data in the description box, which helps you get more viewers, helps you keep viewers on your channel, helps the algorithm understand what kind of content you're creating. Okay, next section. Ad placement. This is where you really bump up your revenue on YouTube. So I'm going to go to the next slide and you'll see what I mean. So all channel managers, so if you own a channel or you're the channel manager for your company, then you will have access to YouTube Studio. When you have access to YouTube Studio, you'll see there's a navigation down the left-hand side. This is one of my videos, how to make video with your mobile, featuring a lady called Judy from Ireland and a company called Vid Academy. So scroll down and you can see the monetization section. You're going to click on that, and we'll go to the next slide now. So you click on monetization, it says manage mid-rolls. Mid-rolls is YouTube's terminology for ads that appear during your video. So there's obviously pre and post, and then mid-rolls, ads that appear during your video. Okay, let's have a look at the next section. So we've now clicked on mid-rolls, and you can see each gray line here is an ad placement. This is a 40-minute interview with Judy. And I have placed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ads in this 40-minute interview, so that people watch the interview in its entirety will see 7 ad breaks. And you might say, oh, 7 ad breaks is quite a lot. But if you're watching 40 minutes of a television program on a commercial channel, you're more than likely to see quite a lot of ads. That may be the same sort of amount of ads during that. You can place ads wherever you want. So I could have placed more ads here, more ads there. YouTube does not control how many ads you place. But as I hinted at earlier, if you place too many ads in the video, people will get frustrated and will click away from your video and therefore watch no more ads. As long as people watch more than the majority of ads are of the skippable variety. So as long as people watch more than the 5 seconds, then the channel owner will generate some revenue, and obviously YouTube will generate some revenue. So if people only watch 5 seconds, it's no money for the channel owner, no money for YouTube. But if they watch, say, 30 seconds of a 2-minute ad, you're going to generate some revenue. You can place ads, as I said, wherever you want. You can place as many ads as you like, but and that's the way you in practical terms, increase the level of revenue per video and per your channel. If you want to add a new ad break, you just go up here and click on add ad break. And if you use this option, which says place automatically, that means YouTube would automatically look for pauses in your video and then place ads. Be careful, be very cautious with this, because YouTube is not really concerned about how much money you make. YouTube is concerned with how much money they make. So they may just place 1 ad here and then 1 ad here. So instead of 7 ads, YouTube might only place 2 ads, which means what? That means less money for you than you could potentially collect off this video. Remember, average view duration. People are probably, if people are going to watch only 10 minutes of this video, then they're more than likely to see 3 ads. They won't see all of these ads. So bear in mind the average view duration. After a few days of publishing a video, you'll get data on average view duration, you get data on click-through rates, etc. And we talked about impressions and click-through rates earlier in the presentation, earlier in the masterclass. So bear that in mind when you're placing ads. If you want to entice people, encourage people to watch more of the video, maybe you let them watch more of the intro section without ads and then place ads. There are different strategies you can employ. I usually have an ad after 1.5 minutes, 3 minutes, 6 minutes, and then more spaced out after that, depending on the video length. But you must test lots of different strategies on your own channel to see what you can do in terms of raising revenue, but also keeping your viewers watching your videos for as long as possible. It's very important that you test that and then implement. And when you're placing ads, you can click here and play back the video. And that means you'll be able to watch exactly what's happening. So the context of your ads. Don't just say, I'm going to have an ad at 2 minutes, because that might be in the middle of a sentence. If it's in the middle of a sentence, it's probably not the best place to place an ad. Wait for a pause, a natural pause in the conversation. Or if you're changing topics, you're talking about different areas, talk about one area, pause, put an ad, talk about the next area, etc. Just have a look at the sequencing and make sure you make quite intelligent decisions about where you place the ads. Okay, now publish checklist. TubeBuddy, the tool I mentioned earlier, also gives you this best practices publish checklist. So when you're publishing your video, it gives you a reminder of the necessary actions to give your video a good start. So high res thumbnail. We talked about thumbnails. Comment pinned. Once your video is published, have a comment pinned. Comment liked or hearted. Info cards. Info cards are the cards that promote one of your videos during your video. So you may get 2 minutes in and you may think, oh, right, I've just mentioned one of my other videos. Let me do an info card, which appears in the top right of the video. And that promotes one of your other videos that you may have mentioned in your current video, or it may be another relevant video. You haven't mentioned it, but it's relevant. You might say, oh, look, this is my second video on Telegram. And then you put an info card in the top right-hand corner, which promotes your first video on Telegram. Then people think, oh, I'm going to watch that one as well. When you do the same process at the end of a video, you see 2 thumbnails, and those are called end screens. And adding end screens and info cards will promote your channel and encourage viewers to watch more. That's why you should be doing that. If you distribute on Facebook, it should be liked on Facebook. We talked about comments. Chapters are, if there are different sections of a video, you give chapters. Chapters are a way of breaking down the different parts of the video and giving timestamps in the description. So you might say, I've answered 4 questions in this video. To go straight to the answer to question 1, click at 2 minutes. Go straight to the answer to question 2, click at 4 minutes, etc., etc. That's what timestamps are, and they enhance the viewer experience because they might be interested in question 2 more than any other questions. So they might just watch that portion of your video, and if you give a good answer, then they might watch the whole video. But timestamps gives them the opportunity to navigate through your video and find their most interesting section to them. Okay, so that's the published checklist. Next steps. Watch this video with a view to the next steps that you need to take. So take the recommended actions to improve your YouTube channel. Install TubeBuddy for free, and all that data I was showing in terms of key words and number of videos that channels have and number of comments, etc. All of that is because I've got TubeBuddy installed on my Chrome extension. So you should do that. It will help you improve your video SEO. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more advice and tips and helpful videos. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your time watching this masterclass. I look forward to speaking to you and exchanging comments and conversation in the comment section below. Thanks. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your attention. I'm going to go into a Q&A section because this is a recording of the masterclass. I would like you to put your questions in the comment section and the discussions area below, and then I'll come back to you and answer those. Thanks. Goodbye.